Scarlet and Violet have some brand new Pokemon we've never seen before, and I want to cover Armarouge and Ceruledge in a little bit more detail. Let's get into it. We get introduced to these two Pokemon very briefly in the beginning of one of the trailers, but there's a lot more that gets covered about them on the website and later on in the trailer. Mostly it's just a little bit more of an intro to what they look like, but there's a lot more information on the Pokemon website itself. When we get introduced to what they look like in the actual game, it's pretty brief, but not as brief as the beginning of the trailer. But this is what they'll look like in the game, and they look fan-freaking-tastic. Now, slowing down the perspective area that this actually is in the trailer, you can see that they look very similar, but also different at the same time, with a bunch of different color alterations, their actual abilities. Obviously, one is more of a cannon type Pokemon, and one simply has swords that it's going to slice Pokemon up with. Now, as you can kind of guess going back through it at a slower speed, you look at the colors, it kind of depicts which version they're going to be in. Obviously, Armarouge, the red and yellow Pokemon, is going to be in the Scarlet version, and Ceruledge, which is more violet color, is going to be in Violet, which is no surprise. But also, people have been saying that they are second evolution, essentially. There's a smaller first evolution Pokemon, and per the version that you're playing, evolves into one of these two Pokemon. It's just a guess, we don't fully know yet, we'll just have to see when the game fully comes out. Starting with Armarouge, it's only going to be a Scarlet exclusive, according to the Pokemon website. It is a Fire Warrior Pokemon, according to this. It is Fire Psychic type, which I think we've only seen one other time in the game so far. 4'11", 187 pounds, and uses Flash Fire as the ability that you'll get with it. Further going on, it says the armor is the source of its psychic powers. Its armor was actually once belonging to a distinguished warrior. It's the source of all its psychic powers. Also use psychic capabilities of its armor to control fire energy within its body and unleash attacks. Kind of like that cannon move that we saw in the trailers. It lives by the principles of a fair fight. It believes in a fair fight and will challenge an opponent head on no matter how strong an opponent is. It specializes in using a sturdy armor to bolster its defenses and take down enemies with its high firepower. Another thing that's going to make this guy very special is its new move, Armor Cannon. Surprise, surprise. It is a fire specialty move, which Armarouge moves both its pauldrons to its hands and puts its arm together to form a cannon. Shocker. Allowing it to shoot its own armor out as blazing projectiles. The most powerful move from Armarouge can learn, and it lowers Armarouge's defense and special defense stats in exchange for that power. So it doesn't come like as a super powerful attack. It obviously comes with a cost, kind of like Fire Blast, and you have it with Charizard or other fire type Pokemon. It comes at a cost when you use it, but it's probably worth using it nonetheless. Moving on to the Violet exclusive Ceruledge or Ceruledge, however you want to say it. It is the Fire Blades Pokemon. It is a Fire Ghost type, which we have seen very recently in Pokemon Legends Arceus. 5'3", 136 pounds, and also has the ability Flash Fire. Its flaming great swords absorb life energy. Ceruledge dons an old set of armor steeped in grudges and wields blades made of fire and ghost energy. These blades transform into great swords to increase Ceruledge's power. Cuts from these great swords leave wounds from which life energy will flow. So as one was kind of a more studious, more honorable set of armor from a different warrior, this one's steeped in grudges. I'm assuming, let's just go with an assassin, is what they got it from. In addition, willing to do anything to win. Kind of sounds like an assassin already. It prefers close quarter combat and isn't above using tactics such as sneak attacks and surprise attacks to win battles. Uses its quick movements to capitalize on its opponent's blind spots, then closes the distance to slash its opponent with the large blade. An assassin. Just like Armarouge, Ceruledge has its own special move called Bitter Blade. It is a fire physical move that gathers the lingering regrets of the fallen into Ceruledge's swords, allowing it to focus the bitterness of that into a slashing attack. It absorbs life energy from wounds that they've made, uses the user's HP, and it is restored up to half the damage taken by the target. So it's like a super absorb. So like a Giga Drain, but with slicing swords. Kind of maniacal if you think about it. Personally, I think these two Pokemon are some of the key points that we're going to see from all the different trailers before the actual games drop. I think they're fantastic Pokemon, each having their own different abilities, their own kind of unique situations. One more studious and more honorable, while the other is like an assassin that I mentioned. Has no problem doing sneak attacks and attacking someone from behind. So I love these Pokemon. I love their designs. I hope you guys do too. But let me know what you think in the comments. If you could, hit the like button, hit subscribe, and we've covered a lot more detail before the games come out. Other than that, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.